Welcome to Weekly Meeple Chat, Week 4. And this next segment is about the game Spinderella, which won a Kinderspiel award. And the question that we're going to answer is, can playing with spiders and ants be fun?
In this game, yes.
Well,
in real life,
so you're
not
answering
so much.
the question already. Maybe it's not very much fun.
Well, it is.
Yeah, we'll see, right?
Okay,
so
we'll see.
Let's take a look, learn more about the game. So this came out in 2015. It's ages 6 and up, so it's a great game for young people. And you may wonder, why are we reviewing this? It's because we've played this with older people, and it's been the life of the party, so to speak. So,
oh, yeah.
It's amazing the strategy that people get into. So anyways, it's 2 to 4 players. Takes about 20 minutes. It's rated a 6.6. Again, this happens on Board Game Geek. Children's games don't get rated that well. The overall rank is 2,346 out of over 15,000. And see, in the children's rank is 40 out of 724 children's game. And I agree that
That's
it's one of the
good.
best children's games that you can get. I wish we would have had this when our boys were younger.
We would have played it all the time with them.
But the funny thing is that they play it today with our friends. Now, remember,
They
we
do.
mentioned this in a previous episode, that when it was on sale, I said, hey, let's get this. And you said, what'd you say?
Oh, it looks so lame. No, I don't want it. Don't waste our money.
Yeah, and then I said, well, look, it's got cool mechanics. It's got magnetic spiders.
And I still was like, eh.
And so I like to get things that are inventive, and the gameplay looked interesting. So we got it, and what happened?
I fell in love with it. I love this game. I play it when our neighbor, when their daughters come over.
Yeah, because you're younger.
They're younger, and this is when we always play. And I always, well, no, I don't always lose. I lose sometimes, but they love this game because it's so cute.
All right, so you'll see that it has a magnetic spider. You can't see the whole game. We'll show you on the playback here. And so when these move, the spider moves. So you can see how it went down. You can't see it, actually. But here, it went over here. And so the idea is that you got to get your ants. You have 3 ants, and if we're playing 2 players, and you have to get them through this maze to the end, which you'll see in the playback where the end is. And so every turn, you're going to roll 3 dice. And so the green die tells you if you can move an ant, or where you must move the spider, or you get to decide if you're going to move the spider or an ant, and you get to move this tree stump. Now the cool thing about the tree stump is that if I roll that and Julie is getting really far with an ant, I can cover up her ant. And a cool thing that can happen is if you have your ant on top, you can move the tree stump with your ant on top to a different spot. And you could also cover up your own ant, to protect yourself from the spider, because what happens is if the spider comes down and grabs your ant, you go back to the beginning. So if you're all the way at, again, this is going to move the stuff. If you're all the way at the end here, towards the end, and that spider hits you, you'll go back to the beginning. And again, the object is to get all 3 of your ants to the end, avoiding the spider, moving the spider to grab your opponent's hands, and moving the tree stump to either stop your opponent from moving an ant or to protect your ant from the spider. So if you have 1 ant left and I cover up Julie's ant, she can't move it. Even if she rolls an ant die, she can't move it if it's her last ant under the tree stump. She'd have to roll the leaf first and move the tree stump.
Right.
So let's take a look at the playback.
Okay. That'll be a great way for them to see the game in a much better setting.
Yeah, because it's hard to show it at this angle. So here we are. We're getting started here. And so the spiders have to start out 2 spaces away. And then you place the tree stump anywhere you want. So Julie's, remember, you roll all 3 dice, and so here she is. She's going to roll the 3 dice. And she's playing the blue ants. So she must move 1 ant 3 spaces.
No, 5.
Oh, you rolled a 5?
No, yeah, the
Yeah,
brown
that's
is 5, remember?
The brown die is for the ants, and the black die is for
The spider.
So I must move an ant
6.
for 6.
Yep.
Now I'm on top of the tree stump, so if she rolls a leaf, she'll move my ant with the tree stump. So you can go over the tree stump. It doesn't block movement. So again, it's a light strategy game, but it's fun even for adults to play because the decisions of when you roll the leaf, do you move the tree stump?
Right.
Or do
you cover somebody up? I already got in my little ant.
Yeah, so you already got one in there.
Yep. Now you have the leaf.
So I must move the tree stump, and I can decide to move the spider or one of my ants.
I think you should move the spider onto your ant.
Yeah, on my
really
own
good.
ant. Right. So I'm thinking here. Why am I taking so long
I
to
don't
think?
know. You're like so serious about this. It's not
And again,
that
this
big
is
of
to
a...
see adults. We play this with adults, and they think and they take it so seriously, like we are.
It's that what analysis paralysis you guys had?
Yeah, you know what it is? I think I was looking up something. Yeah, I was.
Oh, okay.
Because we hadn't played it in a while, and I had to check a rule.
Well, go farther and see how many ants. And we each have one in... And now
Okay,
you're trying
so
to
here
capture me.
I'm moving the spider. I can move one of the spider's up to 3 spaces, and you have to follow the white lines. So I'm catching her.
You did catch me. It just
Right.
knocked...
Well, again, that's how you're supposed to do it.
There you go.
So I sent her back to the beginning.
Yes, you did. You meanie.
So let's see what happened by the end of the game.
And then once you capture someone, you have to move the spiders 2 spaces or 2 dots apart.
So I think I'm underneath a tree stump.
I think you are too.
Yeah, and you're trying to race to the end here. We
Yes,
both
I
have
am.
2. See, yeah, because I keep on rolling the ant, and I can't move because I'm underneath it. Now you must move it. So you're going to move the ant first, and then you're going to cover yourself on purpose in order to avoid me
Which was
getting
kind
you
of
with the spider.
which might have been a bad move on my part. Oh no! See, you have to move it. Which
So
means
you can
I'm safe.
decide. See, this is what I do. You can
Yep.
decide what order to do. You can either move your ant first or the stump first. So I move the stump all the way up to the exit.
Yep.
And so
But then
You're-
I moved on top of you.
you're on top too.
So no matter what, we're going to tie because we both will go.
Yeah,
in
that's
there.
right, because ants can stack.
That's right.
And what happened is I move, and so I decided let's both win.
Yep.
I could have moved the tree stump. See, here we go. We did high five. We both won. So that's one rule I didn't go over, is that you can ants can stack. So if you move your ant and there's an ant on top of it, both
Right.
ants move.
Right.
So let's talk about what we like
All
about
right.
this game.
Okay. I think it's a unique concept. It's just, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny capturing the little ants and moving them around. The pieces are sturdy. It's actually, you use the box to make this play area, which has been something different to do. It's super fun and easy to play with kids and adults, and the setup is really fast.
Yes, and what I like about it has awesome components. Again, this is one reason why I bought it. I've not seen a game that uses a pulley system and magnetics like this, and so that's why it's a great science connection. So for if you want to teach kids about physics and pulley systems, this is one of the few games that I know of that do that. And then it also has a biology component and does have some math connections. So when you think about it, it has good math component. It has I already said that. It has a fun take that element to it. It's not too mean because turns are quick and you can recover quickly. And you just go back to the beginning and it's easy to get your ant back in the game. It's not so mean that you feel like you can't catch up. And it's a light strategy game. Again, you're playing this because it's lighthearted fun. And especially with young people. But like I said, we've played this with adults and they take this seriously and have a really good time. So let's say about the question, can you have fun playing with ants and spiders? Well, there's an article in Zogler, September 19th, 2014, and if this might inspire somebody to become an entomologist. And so this article is about how an entomologist observed how bulldog ants were entering spiders' nests.
Ooh.
And so he did it as part of his PhD study. and set up 132 nest boxes, 120 of which were colonized by Avondale spiders, and the bulldog ants would attack the nest. And sometimes the spiders would defend themselves well, and other times they didn't. Now that picture there is not part of the study. That's a different kind of ants tearing apart a spider.
Oh my gosh.
So in terms of biology, this game assumes that spiders are at the top of the food chain. But if there is enough ants do take out spiders as well. So can you have fun playing with ants and spiders? Maybe if you become an entomologist someday. So there's the answer to that question.
I'd rather play this with ants and spiders. That's my kind of playing with those guys.
So we both rated this very good, and people who we played it with, they've also looked into buying it, and so we've played it 6 times since we've owned it for about now a year.
Wow.
We got this a year ago.
Wow.
And so again, we highly recommend it.
Yep, definitely.
So again, thanks for watching this segment.
Thank you.
And I hope that you subscribe and like.
We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.